Hi, it's me again. You just can't get rid of me, can you? You can't get rid of me. I wasn't even going to do any videos today, and things just come up, and I need to do it while it's on my mind. So the earlier video that I did, that was of the sort of vigilante justice on the subway. I found that interesting. And then, while I was sort of always when I'm looking about something about one thing, I find things about other things. And then just on my YouTube, things pop up sometimes, as I'm sure they do for you, don't they? Like suggested videos, etc. And sometimes they're not videos that you'd want to see, and other times they are. So I know I'm catching everybody out. I know I'm catching everybody out because I'm just, randomly going live or releasing a premiere or whatever. But the thing is, it doesn't matter if you don't get a chance to watch this live, you will get a chance to watch it afterwards. So always remember, on the lives, the video is always still there to be watched afterwards. So it doesn't matter if you miss the beginning or... You can always go back on catch up. So right, I'm trying to think which one to show first. There's two things that I want to show you. So I think the first thing I'll show you is a newspaper report that popped up when I was looking for something. I don't even know why it popped up, because I wasn't looking for anything about Nicola at the time. And it just sort of popped up. So, and it's about because really what I've been looking at more than anything today is things about the war, etc. Anyway, it's a video about a wild swimmer who's experienced in swimming in the wire. And he says why he thinks Nicola Bulley didn't go into the water. So I'm a bit, we're a bit obsessed with the river, I know, but I think it's important to show all these things because, just so that we know that we're not like imagining it, that we're not mad for thinking that there's no way she went into the river, because it's substantiated by experts and professionals. It's not just us saying it. So this article is from the Daily Express, and it is from Tuesday, February the 14th. So Nicola was found on the 19th. So this was 5 days earlier. I'm going to share it with you. Okay, now let me just read first. Wild swimmer experienced on the wire says why he thinks Nicola Bulley didn't go into the water. So this is Mark Astin, who swam the river wire close to where Miss Bulley vanished and can be seen standing waist deep in the shallow water, which he says he believes she did not enter. Now, I think not only us, but I think everybody seems to forget all these articles at the time, apart from what Peter had said, Peter Faulding, and there's something about him here as well. Anyway, I'm going to show you the video in a minute. First of all, I'll read you what he says. So, a wild swimmer who has swum and stood waist deep in the river close to where Nicola Bulley disappeared says he doesn't think she went into the river. Mark Astin, a photographer and swimmer, said the stretch of the river wire around St. Michael's on Wire is a nice place to swim. He posted a video on YouTube of his swim on the waterway and said the river was calm, but he did say in places it was trickier to get out onto the banks. Mother of two, Nicola Bulley, 45, had not been seen since Friday, January the 27th, when she vanished, taking her dog Willow for a walk by the river. Lancashire police have been working on the theory Miss Bulley may have fallen into the wire, and meticulous dive searches have been carried out along the 12-mile stretch to the coast at Fleetwood. So, Mr. Astin swam in the river in June 2021 and recounted his day out on the river in a YouTube video entitled River Wire St. Michael's Wild Swimming. A map posted online by Mr. Astin shows he walked an almost identical route to Miss Bulley on the day she went missing, and he even passes by the bench where her phone was later found. Mr. Astin goes into the water by a sandy bay on the river just upstream from where the River Brock flows into it. The sandy area looks remarkably similar to a beach shown in photographs of Miss Bulley with her dog Willow. Now, don't forget, she's supposed to have floated over this beach, I think. Anyway, so here he is. Here's the guy, Mr. Astin. He likes wild swimming. I've never been wild swimming. I'd sort of quite like to do it, except it's just nasty what they put into the rivers, isn't it, in the UK? That's what would put me off. I don't mind it being cold. We never went abroad when I was young. You had to, we used to go to Butlin or Pontins and places like that. And if you didn't swim when it was cold, you would never swim. Now, another interesting thing. Oh, let's have a look at the video first. Where's the video of him swimming? Might be the one before, is it? Please find a body. No, we want the video of this gentleman in the river. Is it here? Yeah. Anyway, there is a video of him. You just see him standing up in the water, but I'm not sure why I can't find it. This is the video about the search. Anyway, so this is showing, isn't it? What's this map showing? There's your Wyreside Farm Caravan Park, the River Wire. What's this red line supposed to be? Oh, a map from Mr. Astin shows the sandy area he entered the water. So there you go. So he entered the water here, I presume, and went all the way up here. Is that what he's saying? Anyway, that's him in the River Wire. He's actually up to his chest there, but there's part of the video where he's just waist high. And then it's funny because then that leads to something else, because then it says Nicola Bulley detectives took 9 days to call key witness that saw suspicious men. So this witness that said he saw 2 men hiding their faces and carrying fishing rods. But remember that Rebecca said she didn't find anything strange about there being fishermen at the river, even though it was actually off season. It was, the fishing season was closed, and these men have never been identified. But no, there's nothing strange about it. Nothing strange about it. Anyway, he said, when we went last, the water was so calm. In the middle of the summer, it was really quite a warm day. So it was in the summer that he went. The water temperature was quite warm and it was shallow. Some parts of the way will be a bit more tricky to get in and out. It's a really quiet place to go open water swimming, a lovely place to visit in the summertime, as you can see from photos I took. Now I've got another video to show. I mean, we know it's a beautiful place, but I've got another video to show you of the river. I'm sort of a bit obsessed with the river at the moment, but it is very beautiful. I don't know what's happened to Nicola, but I don't think she fell into the river. I hope they find her soon. It's a shame what happened there. And so in the video, he describes a nice little beach where he went open water swimming. The video is taken in the summer, but the water levels appear very low, especially around the bridge in St. Michael's, where yellow ribbons have now been tied for Miss Bulley. When he reaches the area he calls a sandy bay, just up from where the Brock enters the wire, the beach looks very similar to one seen in pictures posted by Miss Bulley of her with Cocker Spaniel Willow with a tennis ball. But there was no ball that day, no ball. After he enters the water, the banks around him do appear, oh, it's down here, the video, do appear steep and have what look like some old stoneworks built into them. The current appears very still in the footage and dragonflies buzz past the surface. At one point in the video, the shallowness of the water is demonstrated as Mr. Astin is able to stand up with the water only reaching his waist. So here you go. So there's the pictures. Why? I need to get rid of this. Hang on. Here's the pictures of him. That's how deep it is. Remember, we saw that with PC Thackeray. When he was in it, he was practically paddling through it and trying to tell us, you know, that Nicola drowned in 10 seconds, you know, when he was literally just wading. When PC Thackeray went, I don't think it was over his knees. And this does look like that beach area, doesn't it? When those photos of Nicola hit like this, yeah, this photo of Nicola with Willow. Very similar, if not the exact same place. Now, this was something else. Peter Faulding, yeah, so he had said, Peter Faulding told Express.co.uk he had now discussed possible deposition sites with Miss Bulley's family and friends and with her partner, Paul Ansell, and friend Heather. I think that was Emma, wasn't it? Not Heather. He said, I'm talking to the family and obviously have vast experience finding buried bodies. We've got to consider all options here. There has been that report of suspicious people hanging around. I was frank with Paul and Heather the other day. That is not Heather. That would be Emma. It was Emma who was there, not Heather. Because we need to consider possible deposition sites. We don't know. I'm not saying the police aren't doing that. And what I don't want to do is interfere with the police operation. Well, the police got the right hump with him, didn't they? Mine, his investigation will be low-key. I will be just looking around for possible deposition sites. Now, remember, he said this and he was going to return. And then, lo and behold, Nicola was found. So, Lancashire Constabulary believe Miss Bulley fell into the river wire in a 10-minute window while walking her Springer Spaniel. We know all the other details. Yeah, this was it. Libby Squire's mother from the USA had urged Nicola Bulley's partner not to give up hope of finding her. I don't know if you know about the Delphi murders, but that again is a case that I'd like to cover one day. Someone has been finally apprehended for that crime, killed Libby and her friend. Well, allegedly. He's not gone to trial yet, but it's taken them a long time to bring him, you know, to apprehend him. Waiting for evidence. I mean, years this has been. I don't, you know, it may be 5 years before they've actually finally arrested this guy. But I'm going to cover that on another case. Right, okay, so, yeah, don't know where the video's gone, but you saw the picture of Mr. Astin, you know, just up to his waist. Then, of course, then you go on these things. Oh, there's Libby Squire's mum. Oh, bless. She's had to wait a long time for this guy to be apprehended. I mean, hopefully he'll be convicted, but that, you know, as all trials, etc., there's already sort of all sorts of things coming out. But I will cover that on another video in full, because it's very important that that man gets put away for life. So, you know, anytime I start looking at anything, something else always comes up. So we've got, it led to this other article. Forensic expert says Nicola Bulley may have been pushed from behind. Now, I don't remember that being said before, that he had said that. But, you know, maybe it's just something that I hadn't seen at the time. So he has, a dive expert has shared a new theory in Nicola's disappearance, as he warns the mum of two could have been pushed really hard into the river. Peter Faulding and his team were brought in last week to scour the river wire in Lancashire in search of Nicola, who has been missing since January the 27th. but after bringing in expensive equipment, the team were unable to find her. So now Peter said there's a possibility she ended up in the middle of the River Wire on the day she vanished. He told the Telegraph, on the river on the day it wasn't running very fast. I've spent a lot of time with the family and they said she was so cautious, did the same route every day, didn't go near the river, and her Fitbit shows she doesn't go near the river. She would have to be pushed really hard to be launched out into the middle of the river. Peter continued, there is a lot of odd stuff here. If she isn't found, then I would say something is not right. Police officers have been ringing saying they agree with me. This is an odd one. And this is why he's persona non grata, isn't it? It's because he also said how he thought police had made a mistake in sharing their leading theory early on. He told the Daily Mail, I think the worst mistake the police have made was to declare early on that she's in the river, rather than just saying, let's keep lines of inquiry open. This is a lady who knew this area intimately. She was slim and fit, and if she had fallen, she could have grabbed onto the bank. It comes as the police extend their search to a nearby caravan park. Wyreside Farm Park caravan site is also being searched by police officers for clues about Nicola's disappearance. The site is closed to the public until next month. The caravan site is believed to be one of the only exits, well, that's rubbish because there's loads of exits, to the site where Nicola had been walking Willow that was not covered by CCTV. Well, I don't agree with that. I think there's at least 5 exits from there, but anyway. So yeah, just interesting. So it started off, I was just looking at the thing about the wild swimmer, and his opinion, and at the end of the day, he's an expert in his own way. People go, this is what I've been saying, people go wild swimming there, they go kayaking there, they do all sorts of things. So it's, what can I say? It's like these articles from the time, you forget, to me, I find it fascinating to look back at them with what we know now. And then it's like, oh gosh, but Peter Faulding said that at the time. This guy said, the police said this at the time. Hi, Maltese. Hi. No, you haven't missed. Well, you can always look back over it. This is just an article again that I found that was from the 14th of February. It just conflicts with so much with everything that we're being told now. You forget about these things that people said, and that Peter Faulding saying that he'd had phone calls from police officers saying that they thought it was wrong, etc. Just to me, all these things about the river is a definite no to me. So hi Maltese, hi Lady Dog Lover, hi Shelley, kisses. And hi, Rini. And then the other thing that I just want to show you, again, it just popped up on my YouTube. And I just thought, gosh, the thing is, once you start searching things about the St. Michael's, the River Wire, etc., every now and again things popped up. But this is the first time this has popped up for me. And this is a short video, a walk on the River Wire at St. Michael's, and it's made by Blackpool School of Arts and Technology, and it's the date it was uploaded is the 19th of February 2021. So this video was uploaded on the exact day, but 2 years earlier, that Nicola was found in the river. And anyway, I'm going to play it because it's a beautiful video actually, but it's so interesting, you know, for footage of the church and the river. See how beautiful that is. I mean, and you're right, Lucia. Hi, Lucia. How odd that it was posted 2 years to the day that Nicola went missing. Now, just want to go back a little bit. So I found this quite, you know, watching in view of what happened afterwards. And of course, the church there, I've been to that church. It's just literally round the corner. And that is, of course, is where Nicola is buried. It's quite eerie, isn't it? Watching there's the weir. But of course, you know, this was 2 years to the day. And look how beautiful that is. That's just so beautiful. Gosh. I mean, there are things that you can, you know, obviously change on videos and stuff like that. But one thing you can't change is the date that it was uploaded. You can't backdate a date that it was uploaded. It was uploaded on the 19th of February, 2021. It's quite a coincidence, isn't it? Gosh, and they're right at the bench as well. And there's their little dog with a harness on. Gosh, it's really. I mean, I'd say it just popped up on my YouTube because I've been searching things about St. Michael's and the River Wye. You know, YouTube just throws you videos that they think you'll be interested in based on your search history. And there is the bench. Let me just go back a little bit to when the dog pops up. It's quite eerie, isn't it? Oh, hang on. Gosh. Need to go back a little bit more. Gosh, that's quite spooky because in the background there's someone with 2 children. I mean, it's not Nicola. I'm pretty sure it's not Nicola, but it's quite eerie to see that, isn't it, ACW? Yeah, Nick, you're right. Why was she buried in St. Michael's? Because she lived in Inskip. So that's another question, isn't it? In the many, many questions, you know, many questions. Right, sorry, I just might have missed some people coming in there. Hi, Irish Eye. Sorry to keep catching everybody else. Hi, Chumba. And hi, Nick. ACW. Right, let's go back to it. Yeah, now I'm just going to go back again there. So watch this. Look, the bench. Oh, helps if you press play, doesn't it? Now you're going to see a little dog coming out in a harness. So it stops as well there. It's like, gosh. And there's someone there with some, I don't know if that's the person. I wouldn't imagine it's the person who's taking the video, because they'll be in front of the dog taking the picture. But yeah, there's someone in the background there with two children. Won't be Nicola, but it's quite spooky, isn't it? It's quite spooky to look at it. And for those of you who are just coming in, this video was released on the 19th of February 2021. So it's exactly 2 years before, you know, to the day, 2 years to the day that Nicola was found. It's just eerie and very beautiful. I mean, it's a very beautiful place. But see how still it is. This is what we always see as well, isn't it? It's so still, that water. Gosh, it's that. They're right on the bank here that Nicola's supposed to have fallen down. You know, they're literally right there. You know, they've come there, they're literally on the side. Right near the edge. You know, this dangerous bank, and every time you see any video of the river, there's always someone right near the edge or in the water, or, you know, PC Thackeray just walking down the steps to get in and paddling through it. And again, for those of you that are late coming in, this video was made by Blackpool College for their students. It's made for their students. They're right on the edge there. Gosh. And I think what makes this especially interesting, this video, is it was on the exact day that Nicola was found, not on the day that she went missing, but 3 weeks later. So before the summer came, and because when I went there and when most of the ones that I've seen, you know, all the greenery had grown up and you couldn't see it as it probably was at that time. And this is perhaps a bit clearer. There's these people up here, look. Gosh, I don't think they could be nearer to the edge. Looks like there's a little path there, probably, that the fishermen have trod. Oh my God. Hey, this is a trodden path along there. So why has nobody ever fallen in before? I'm just coming back to address some of the things that people have said in the chat. Just Hi, Anne Phillip. Yeah. I know. Right, let me just go back. I would make sure. Hi, Kay. I have. If I've missed anybody coming in, I'm sorry, but I was concentrating on the video. But Michael, I'm not sure who you mean. A face only a mother could love. Do you mean me? Hi, Michael. Hi, Sanya. Yeah. Oh, you've just read Peter Faulding's book. Oh. Now, Google says February the 19th, 2021 was a Friday as well. Now, Michael, I saw somebody let me know, one of my subscribers let me know that somebody had mentioned that. I don't believe that a body has been exhumed. Well, I don't know, but I doubt it. I don't know what's happened there, but maybe what's happened is maybe the gravestone is about to be laid. I don't know. Until I actually hear something definite, have it confirmed properly, I wouldn't have even mentioned it, except it'd already been mentioned on social media. But as far as I know, Michael, I don't know that has happened at all. I'd be very surprised. But you know what? You never know. We'll find out. We'll find out soon enough, I expect. Yeah, Chumba, I don't, got to be careful about repeating things that are rumours, that nobody's shown a photo. There's been no proof of it whatsoever that a grave has disappeared. What might have happened is the cross has been taken away and it's ready for a. So nothing has been proven. So I don't like that. That I wouldn't. That, in my opinion, that shouldn't have been even mentioned until it was confirmed. There's no point in mentioning it and then saying, Anyway, so as far as I know, no. That's how rumours spread. Yeah, exactly. There's no photo. We've not seen a photo. It would have been. Do you really think that? Do you know what it takes to? Have you ever seen a grave being exhumed? Come on. It's like big diggers, and you really think nobody will have seen it happen, or nobody would know about it, or taken a photo in these days of whatever? Definitely we would have something if it had been exhumed. I think what might have happened is, because it had a little wooden cross on it, it may well be getting ready for it. It's about time, isn't it, for the gravestone? It normally takes 6 months or whatever. So, yeah. So I'd like to see a picture. So please don't think that it's been exhumed or been, and certainly not that I've said that, because I certainly haven't said that. Another subscriber just let me know what somebody else had said, but I have no idea, and I would be very surprised. And certainly not exhumed, because that takes some doing. Exhumation is not a little thing. Hi, Rose. I don't think they would have to exhume. Even don't forget nowadays, you don't even, as long. What happens now when somebody dies, sometimes even if there isn't any mysterious circumstances, they take samples of everything. They scan the body. I think exhumation would be very unusual these days, to be honest, because they'd have these detailed scans, toxicology reports, etc. Helen Bailey's husband, Ian, Stewart, he'd killed his first wife. She had been buried or cremated or whatever, but she had given a biopsy sample for something. And anyway, tests were done on that, and he was then discovered that he had actually murdered his first wife as well, because he drugged her. So we don't discuss channels, Chumba. Okay, so let's go back to this video because I do think it's eerie. Gosh, there's a lot of people there with their dogs, isn't there? Wonder what time it was taken. It looks to me like it's dusk time rather than morning time. Uh, but um, God, that's please. That's not. It would be freaky if Nicola was on it, but I don't think that is Nicola, is it? Thing is, they all wear the very similar clothes, don't they? With the sort of bobble hats and the Wellingtons, etc., and the puffer jackets. And no wonder Nicola loved it so much. You know, loved taking Willow there so much. I mean, it is so beautiful and tranquil. This little dog's having a brilliant time. Wow, look, that is so stunning, isn't it? Do you think that looks like dust time? What a stunning photo. That's back to the, is that the weir again? I think that's the weir again. So peaceful. Yeah. Rose, yeah, it is the only, well, there was a 2-year-old boy drowned 20 years earlier, and a guy came off his motorbike and fell into the river. That was 40 odd years ago. So apart from that, that was it. So, um, you know, you can see everybody's just, I mean, they were walking right close to the river. Wow. Stunning, isn't it? Stunning. Now, oh, here's that little beach. Look, this is that little beach where, you know, we've seen photos of Willow on this little sort of beach thing that they mentioned in the previous article. How did Nicola get round there? The dog was wading in there, that tiny dog. We're supposed to believe that Nicola floated round here and nobody saw her. Look at the dog. Um, oh, oh, my little Rocky likes swimming like that. That little, you can see it's not deep, is it? There's a bit of flow. There's a bit of flow, but it's not really, you know, if you were, you know, would it carry you away? Anyway, the expert that was, I'm not an expert, but the experts, the wild swimmer, the Peter Faulding, they said no. So, gosh, it is eerie, this. It's almost like, oh my goodness, it's almost like, you think when they were making this video, 2 years to the day from when Nicola was found on the 19th of February, this video was uploaded anyway 2 years to that day. It may not have been actually filmed on that day. That they would never have known, that one day something like that had, really sort of almost gripped the world, that this video would be, it's almost like it popped up on my YouTube. It was like divine intervention, just popped up. Watching them then walk so close to the river gave me the chills, because they, if, which is a big if, it was true what had happened to Nicola, they could have just so easily fell in there and drowned the same time of year. It is the bench, the famous bench. There's a little duck swimming. It's just such an idyllic scene, isn't it? It's awful to think that, well, something happened there, or maybe it didn't happen there, but, it's got a story to tell of something, some occurrence. It just looks so peaceful. Yeah, the bench, I'm just coming back to see what you're saying. So yes, Renee, the bench is still free to use, and no fence, no barriers up, not even a warning. Because, even if they didn't want to put an actual fence up, there's not even like a warning to say, oh, be careful, slippy surface or something, So I think it was divine intervention. I'll show you who the creators were. Let's have a look, because I've got it on my phone, because it was on my phone that I found it. So that you can look it up, old hippie or Michael. It's Blackpool School. Let's have a look. Blackpool School of Arts Tech Demos. I write it in the chat, so anybody who wants to look it up, I mean, you can look on it on here, obviously, but if you want to actually look at the channel, Blackpool School of Arts Tech Demos. So these are obviously made for their students, so let me just go back up. There was a question there that I wanted to answer. Oh, Maltese Cross. So yeah, why did the police jump to the Faulding theory? Well, the reason that they gave was that they didn't have any CCTV of Nicola leaving the field, or her phone as well. Because so they had no proof that she left that area. So for that reason, that's why they thought she'd gone into the river. But they also have no proof that she was ever in that area to start with. So, that's a whole nother thing. So, yeah, this channel, is Blackpool School of Arts Tech Demos, and you'll see, let me have a look at their other uploads. Yeah, they've got, this is just totally random really, because their other videos have not got many videos on there. They've only got 45 subscribers. They've got 43 videos. Let's have a look what type of videos they put on there. International Women's Day, natural density filters, media production, fine art. You know, so this, I think this video might have been made just to show how to film a river. I just don't know. And then there's a few videos about why study at Blackpool School of Arts. You know, it's just it's a professional website, if you like, in the senses it's professional, it's aimed at their students. All the videos aren't like there's videos about holograph printing, lino print, black and white film printing, photography. You know, so these videos are all aimed at their students. They're like study videos, guidance videos. So, you know, gosh, it's quite freaky that they've practically, you know, if you would have, well, I went there, I could, you know, I'm not as good at them at taking, my footage was nowhere near as good as this. They could not have done this video any better if they would have known, you know, about what had happened to Nicola. They've taken the exact route that she would take. They've been to the bench, they've been to the beach bit where she goes with the dog. You know, they couldn't have illustrated it any better, really. We'll watch it then, and we will watch it just one more time because it's only short for those of you that have just come in. So we're supposed to believe that Nicola travelled all this way so she only floated at night time when there was nobody about, apparently. And then finally, is that where she settled? Is that the tree where she settled? I'm not sure because they do all look similar, don't they? But is that? Because it was like an overhanging dead tree. Well, whoever took these photos, they're good at photography. I'll say that for them. Okay, let's just watch it one more time because it starts, for those of you who missed the beginning, it starts off actually at the church where Nicola is buried. And this is where you go up this path here. Gosh. The river wire at St. Michael's Village, gosh. Hi, Bad Fairy. Hi, Joe H. I felt very emotional when I was there, Maltese. It was just such a strange feeling to be there where you know, it all sort of, well, supposedly happened, and see it for myself, get my own impressions. But believe me, and I know that one of my other subscribers who went there, and everyone said, when you go there, it's really quite a small place. You know, it's not as big as you think it is when, you know, the field and everything. It's really quite small. It's hard to explain, and really, when you, for me, as soon as you're stood on that bank, you know that you could not fall in that water unless you literally went right to the edge, because the bank slopes down. It's not a steep drop until you get right down to the bottom of it. So it just made me see that there's no way someone like Nicola, who walked that walk every day, you know, for years, there's no reason to go anywhere near the edge. And I don't believe that Willow didn't have a harness on. I really don't believe that. That is, if I, you know, I don't know what happened exactly, but I know how I feel is there's no way Willow didn't have a harness on. I think Willow would have had a harness on if she would have been with Nicola. I don't see any reason why she would have taken it off. I think it's not true that she would have taken it off in case she got tangled in the bushes or whatever. No, because we've seen so many photos of her with the harness on. And that was a later addition to the story, wasn't it? But yeah, that's one thing it did make me see going there, was how very difficult, if not impossible, it would be to fall accidentally into that water. And even Charlotte said that, the neighbour, didn't she? You know, she said it's practical, you know, you'd have to really struggle to fall in that water. Everybody said it. You couldn't make this up, could you? I mean, literally, this college, this Blackpool College of Blackpool School of Arts, they've literally taken this video that everybody could have used if they would have known about it. You know, at the time when it was all going on, when we all wanted to get an idea of the area, they've literally taken this video 2 years to the day that Nicola was found. Well, you can see the bank here. Now, see, it's only a gradual slope. You'd only fall in, you know, you'd have to go right to the edge, and then it's as steep as, but there are steps. There are steps. PC Thackeray, he literally walked past the bench, went down to there and down the steps and into the river. And we're supposed to believe that Nicola fell in here and died within 10 seconds. It's almost like they've been commissioned to take this video to show what the area was like where Nicola Bulley disappeared. Do you know what I mean? It's almost like somebody had said to him, right, I want you to go and take this video because this woman's disappeared and we need some footage of the area. It couldn't be any more appropriate. This is, you know, this person is literally walking along the sloping bank that we're supposed to think is so dangerous. Wow. Did you see that too? So it looks like there's little steps here and there. I mean, obviously, there, that's like a little ladder going in. Obviously, if I don't, gosh, this is the other way from the weir, but I don't know if there's any more of those along. Hi, Jim. Oh, Renee, don't say that. Well, I'll have it as they may take it off, but anyway, I've got it now on my video. So, oh, Lucy, I hope you get your internet sorted out. Well, that's right, ACW. The thing is, maybe in the summer there's too much undergrowth and that, but in the winter you can see there isn't. There isn't too much undergrowth in the winter. Maybe in the summer. Hi, Ocean Blue. Yeah, I wasn't going to do any videos today, and then I'm so glad that I found this video. I am glad that I found this video. Oh, I know, Nick, I think about, animals, they just, people, because they can't, just because they can't speak doesn't mean to say they don't feel. For a minute there, I thought the dog was going to do his business like Ron or whatever his name was. We never, what is his real name? Like his dog did when Sky News were interviewing him. Dogs tend to do that, don't they? They always do their business when you don't want them to. Oh, he is having a ball, that dog. It's having such a good time. And here's the little beach thing where Nicola was often with Willow. Many of Nicola's photos are on this little beach type thing. And this gives us a good idea of the shallowness of the water as well. Oh. Hi, Joe H. Huh. That dog loves the water. I've got one that loves it, one that's not so sure, but he will go in if he has to. No, it's not fast moving. It's, look, that dog's just, it's only a little dog as well. It's a little dog. Yeah, there's lots of coincidences, aren't there, Ocean Blue, in this case? Roger Jones, same name as the teenager who drowned years ago. But as well, for those of you that have come in later, you may not have heard me say it, and I'm probably repeating myself, you probably have, but this was uploaded on the 19th of February, 2021. This video was uploaded. And it's just literally about an hour ago popped up on my YouTube, as suggestions pop up on your YouTube. It just literally popped up on my YouTube feed for the first time. So all these months that I've been following Nicola's case and everything, it's never popped up before. And literally today, about an hour ago, just before I started, because then I came down immediately to make the video, it popped up. And I'm so glad that it did, because I think it gives us another good insight into this river. Hi, Julie. Yeah, it's an impromptu live. I wasn't even supposed to be doing any videos today, but I've ended up, this is the second one. Just when things occur to me, I like to get them out, and that, you know, this especially, I found this video very, very interesting. Yeah, ocean blue, another coincidence. I'll show you in a minute when it's finished. I'm going to show, we'll have a look at the YouTube channel. Well, Joe H, I have there's 3 dogs in this house, and 2 of them would have been straight in that river after me if I would have fallen in there. The other one, maybe not, because he's not that keen. Riley's not that keen on water. He'll go in if you're in there, though. Having said that, if you make him, if you know, entice him, and he will. But my little Rocky and my son's German Shepherd, they would be straight in there, and the German Shepherd would be pulling me out by the clothes. Tries to do it when we go in the sea, when I've got like a swimming costume on. Follows me in and then tries to get me out again. Okay, so what I want to, that's the video, and you know, I want to show you the YouTube channel. I think you can still see it. So yeah, I walk on the River Wire at St. Michael's. Where does it say? There you go. There's the upload date, 19th of February 2021. It's had 5,474 views. Now, it's only 45 subscribers. So it'd be students that have viewed it, I presume, or maybe people have found it after, if they've Googled, you know, a walk on the, well, they won't have Googled that, but if they've Googled St. Michael's or the River Wire St. Michael's after Nicola's accident, that we know wasn't an accident. But so it's got quite a lot of views, 5,474, but of course that's over 2 years. But yeah, the date, when I saw the date, I couldn't believe it. So let's have a look at the actual YouTube. So it's Blackpool School of Arts Tech Demos. 45 subscribers, 43 videos. And look, these are they have all sorts of different videos. You know, all sorts. You've got media production, you've got the curriculum manager, the different lecturers talking about, Jonathan Rose says hello, etc. Jules Burton. Yeah, it's like marketing for the Blackpool School of Arts. Blackpool Prom, why study at the Blackpool School of Arts? And yeah, I bet these are nice videos actually to watch. Now, these other videos don't have so many views, but you've got a cycle around Lytham, a short wander on St. Anne's Beach. I expect that's a beautiful video as well. And then this is the one we've been looking at, a walk on the River Wire at St. Michael's. Yeah, gosh. But literally, they could not have what's the word? They could not have planned that video any better. Do you know? Like, it's almost as if they knew what was going to happen 2 years later, because that video is the exact spot, the exact walk that Nicola would have done practically, you know, showing us the beach where the dog was swimming. Well, it's not a beach, but you know what I mean, where the little sandbank, the bench, I'm, you know, it's quite amazing, really, isn't it? that it would be so just so appropriate. As I say, if you actually said to someone, "Oh, I can't get there to take a video, but can you make a video and can you go from there to there? This where Nicola walked and where." That would be the video that you would end up with. They started off at the church and ended up doing the walk, and very good illustration to us. We've seen the river many times, of course, but I think that's probably the best video that I've seen out of every video that I've seen of that area, of that spot. I think that's the best one, probably because it was taken by someone who was into media, so. Oh, have you got a new kitten? I do love cats. We can't have cats because our big rock Tia, she doesn't like cats. So I did have a cat when my son moved back in. I had to find a new home for it. I hadn't had it very long, but yeah, she's not safe around cats. Yeah. So, what do you think? Well, do you know, I did think, if you believe in things like that, because of course yesterday was her birthday and we lit the candles for her. Was it yesterday? I've forgotten what day it is. Or was that Thursday? Thursday, yeah. I've been thinking about her a lot more even than normal because just because of that. I think I told you, and I've had sort of dreams about her and things, and yeah, maybe she was reaching out to me. You just don't know, do you? But or maybe it's just a coincidence, But I don't know. Can there be that many coincidences? But it's a lovely video. I think it just shows us. Oh yeah, send me a pic, please. So I do love cats, and especially kittens are just. And when you bring kittens up with dogs from I had cats before with my other dogs; they were fine. But Princess Tia, as I call her, the German Shepherd, she's not a lover of. She doesn't really like anyone. She likes people, but she doesn't like any other dogs, cats. She's the queen of the house as far as animals are concerned. So people she's okay with, but she doesn't like any competition. Shelley, I haven't seen the inside of the church. No, where did you see that? Oh, was that on another channel? I didn't see other videos with music either, Julie. Well, the thing is, they could take this down, but I've got it now. I've got it on my video, so it's on my computer now. So, yeah, sometimes nowadays, that's what I'd never realised that about YouTube. I've found a lot out about YouTube since I started covering Nicola Bulley, because I've been doing YouTube for years on my Spanish channel. That I've never had so many trolls and weirdos, basically, and half of them are other creators. They put their videos up and they take them down, then they disappear, then they pop up under a different name. I'm just like, what? That's what gives social media a bad name. If you've got something to say and you say it, and if you decide to take it down for whatever reason, fair enough, but say you've done it. Something they just sort of disappear, don't they? So if there's, sometimes I screenshot everything now and video everything that I think might disappear because, that's the only way that you've still got a record of it. Because there's a lot of manipulation goes on with creators, unfortunately. A lot of manipulation, a lot of videos disappearing, lots of people, saying when I know for a fact they said one thing and then they go and say something completely different. So it's thank you, Shelley. Yes, you're right. You're right. You know, I've got to be so careful. I would never mention another channel's name, but you know, yes, there's real mental health issues, I think, with some, and not only the ones that you think. Sometimes, just, you know, well, you've got to, when you watch that, you've got to think, well, first of all, you know, is that person even real? Because you don't know that they're real people. Just because sometimes people send me an email and they say, oh, such and such said this, you know, and I'll say, okay, did they provide any evidence for that? And then I don't get an answer back, so I presume no. You know, they're not, I'm not talking about people saying what they think, because we all have our opinions, you know, and you stand by your opinions. But literal things like facts, you know, this is a fact, like something that something is, this happened. I said, oh, well, what was the proof that had happened? Oh, no, oh, no proof, but I know it did because such and such said it did. You know, unfortunately as well, sometimes creators just say things that aren't true. Hi, 14, 23. Yeah. So you've just got, you know, I'm not saying you shouldn't watch them but you just got to always keep it in mind when somebody says something happened. That's why I always say I don't know what happened, because I literally do not. I feel that something happened, but I don't know. I have no proof of anything happening. I have to just go by my gut, you know, that's all. And then, but I just say that now, if there was evidence of something, that's different. But sometimes I think they do say, oh, this happened, but they have no evidence. Yeah. Thank you, Renee. I just try and be honest. I mean, you know, it's Vicky Marie chats. We're just chatting. You know, when I did the very first video that I did about Nicola, I did it because I could not believe what had happened. You know, that this woman had did. You know, I didn't know that it was going to turn into this sort of thing that everybody would be interested in. It wasn't for that reason. It was just literally because I'm interested in true crime, especially women, you know, when things happen to them. And I couldn't believe that this woman had just been walking her dog by the river, and I thought instantly that she'd probably been abducted or something, you know, that was my initial thought. And then when the police were there saying, oh no, she's gone into the river, it just felt wrong right from the day, before I even knew anything else, before I even looked into it anymore. It felt wrong what they were saying, and it's never, nobody has ever shown me any evidence to prove to me any different from how I felt then, was that what they said was not right. So you know, and you know, sometimes it does, it makes your head hurt because you're just like, what? You know, I don't watch any other channels. I don't need to watch them. I did in the beginning, and now I sometimes I start off watching one, and there are a couple of channels that don't go. So here we go. I started watching one. I think it was yesterday, and I just had to turn it off because I just thought, oh no. I've ended up, I'm shouting at the screen. But, you know, I have my favourites. I have a couple of channels that I like to watch here and there. I like to also, yeah, exactly, Rustic Rage. I love her channel, and I like Irish Eyes, and of course the 411. And the fact that they come into my, like, they don't, oh God, I don't know how to explain it. They're not trying to say to me, because I have had that happen with other channels right in the beginning, and that they've given up now because they're not getting anywhere, trying to involve me, trying to draw me in on things, and I've just not got drawn in. But those channels, they don't try and do that. They just do their thing. That's the thing. You do your thing. You do your thing. I do my thing. And then sometimes we'll agree, sometimes we won't agree or whatever. But I have had channels that have been trying to sort of, I don't know, involve me in their channel somehow. So, and I don't, I don't want to get involved in other channels. I like doing my channel. So I'm waffling a bit now, but anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. I think, apart from anything, it's a beautiful video. It's a beautiful video, but I think it's very, very illustrative. Illustrative, is that a word? You can tell when I'm getting tired when I've been talking for a while because I can't get my words out. It's very illustrative of the river and of what load of rubbish it all is. So I'm hanging on to things that people like Mark Williams Thomas has said in his tweet when he said that he thought the police had got it wrong, and that was literally only the other day, 2-3 days ago. I'm hanging on to things that Peter Faulding has said. I'm hanging on to what the wild swimmers are, these people that know. I'm hanging on. I'm still hoping and praying that one day something will come up, because there's something that we don't know what it is, but that's what I'm hoping, because we talk about justice for Nicola, and I think that's important. Now we'll see what happens with this grave thing. That'd be interesting to see what happens. Maybe, well, she can't have been exhumed because that's just a massive thing. I think probably what's happened is a little cross has disappeared, maybe ready for the gravestone being laid, but we'll see. Chumba's sending me hearts. Oh yeah, and don't forget to like. Oh, okay, I'm off. So enjoy your Saturday evening. And I'll see you tomorrow for Serial Killer Sunday. Sometimes it's almost a breath of fresh air to do a serial killer who's already been caught, so we know that they're guilty. Because the Nicola Bulley case does make your head hurt in the end, and then can make you feel very down because you think, well, or maybe I'm wrong and maybe I should just move on and that. But then things always happen like that. It was almost like I was supposed to see that video. Anyway, I'm definitely going now. So remember to always live and love very carefully. Look after you first, because you are the most important thing. And I will see you very soon in the next video. And until then, may your God always go with you. Thank you so much. Bye.